Last week, I introduced you to Kevin. He started Lever Health and how to shut it down. And in chapter 1.1, he told us what the final moment felt like. Today, I want to go back, before the shutdown, before the last email, to the part where you know something's wrong, but you keep going anyway. Because dread doesn't show up as dread, it shows up as discipline, as telling yourself that this is just what doing hard things feels like. With Bunny, I felt it in the conversations I kept avoiding. I knew my investor wasn't right. I knew my co-founders weren't putting in the same hours I was. And I just didn't say anything. Because having those conversations meant admitting that the thing I was building might not work. Kevin felt it differently. For him, it wasn't one moment, it was a buildup.
The first trigger was just that fundraising was so hard. 5 months, seed round fundraising, getting to partner meetings, not winning those partner meetings.
5 months, partner meeting after partner meeting, getting close enough to believe it might work, and then it doesn't. And then came one meeting that Kevin thought would change everything.
We had a partner meeting with an LA fund. We thought we were going to come out with a term sheet. Meeting didn't go great with me and my co-founder. And I think if I had been in that meeting, I too would have been like, I just don't think these two guys are the team that's going to go out and build a tech-based Jenny Craig or a tech-based Weight Watchers and go build a better new. I think that was probably like the biggest body blow in terms of this is not working.
That line gets me. I too would have been like, we weren't the team. He saw himself through the investor's lens, and he agreed with them. That's not burnout. That's your gut telling you something your brain wasn't ready to hear. I had my own version of that. Pitching investors that turned into never-ending follow-ups, never getting yes, and never getting a no. Here's what I've been thinking about since talking with Kevin. We celebrate founders who push through, who don't quit. But sometimes the signal isn't that you need to try harder. It's that it isn't the right place, time, or team. Kevin told me something about his identity that I've been thinking a lot about.
Lever for 2.5 years was my identity. And I was so wrapped up in that. And it was such a big part of who I was as a person that I now had the freedom to go back to being like a startup guy or an executive.
Just Kevin. Like that was a consolation prize. But maybe it wasn't. Maybe the power was always in the person and not the company. And the dread was the signal that told him. He was building someone else's company in someone else's arena. Next week, chapter 1.3. What if pivoting is more elusive than you think? Because everyone says pivot, but almost no one talks about why you can't.